They should make a new sexy whale.
I was gonna say it's not like sexy.
Beluga whale.
We don't need to. We don't need
me?
to sexualize everything, including whales. But that's a different story. What
This
I'm
is a
looking
different
at right
story.
now.
This is
what I'm looking at right now is full green M&M vibes.
This is a beluga whale. I could be in a deep, loving relationship with this whale,
Yeah.
and I actually have been previously. Now, I want to preface what I'm about to say with fuck SeaWorld. I hate SeaWorld, and I want them all to burn.
Okay.
And all the individuals involved with SeaWorld. But I have been. And I did kiss a beluga whale. Call it bestiality. It was magical, and I'll remember it until the day I die. I think about how those probably
bacteria.
You know Horton Hears a Who.
Yes. So there's a Horton living.
I feel
in
like there's a whole Whoville living in those like bathroom carpets below the toilet, which like that's pretty cool.
I admire that so much about your brain. It's just like
That
you see a shag carpet and think, Horton Hears a Who.
You know what?
Is living.
You know what we can chalk that up to?
ADHD.
My 3rd grade reading level. I think Horton Hears the Who is my last book I read.
Wow.
Like on my bookshelf at home, I have Frog and Toad's Excellent Adventure, Where the Wild Things Are, Adventurous Book for Boys, and The Four Agreements.
Where the Wild Things Are is really one of the best books.
You know why I like Where the Wild Things Are is it's just such a good book.
It's such a good book, and reading it as a kid is so different than reading it as an adult. I had no idea it was in his head when I was a kid. I thought all of that was truly happening, which was so remarkable. Which speaks to just being a kid because you think that actually
the font,
happen.
the drawing, and the fact that this whole book happens when he's in his room.
I know.
Also,
sorry.
No. Sorry. God.
No.
On me completely.
Go.
No. If you watch the movie's as well done as the book, but in a different way. And I've rewatched that movie so many times. It makes you feel so good, but it also makes you feel a little uneasy. And I don't know if that's just me, but there's definitely deeper levels to that book that I haven't figured out. And the movie. Like there's thematic. Like look at that. Like
that is something that I can't even look at.
Oh,
I can't explain it. It gives me full body heebie-jeebies.
Oh, there's something so warm about this image to me.
I think to me that looks like it could exist, which is why I can't.
Like those dogs that look like people. Like they have like something in their eyes that say, "Help me, I'm trapped in here."
There's something absolutely terrifying about that.
You know what it reminds me of? I know what it reminds me of. It reminds me of like when MGMT was the biggest. Did you listen to MGMT?
Is that Hey Juliet? Give me a song.
I don't. Who's Hey Juliet?
I'm asking you.
MGMT is bum 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 bum. Can we play a little bit of MGMT? So like this era for me was Tumblr,
right?
Going to the beach when Southern California was the coolest thing ever. Like
Blink 182 vibes.
No.
Okay. I don't know it.
You do.
But who's
this
Hey
one?
Juliet?
This one.
Okay.
Let the beat kind of drop.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do know that.
So it's just a band, but that reminds me of a time when, like, we were taking pictures and like Southern California was cool and palm trees were cool and it was Tumblr and it was notes and it was like. Also, I need to stop saying like so much.
I was gonna address that this morning about how when I watch clips back, I cannot watch myself because I say like, but I thought if I brought it up, like that would.
Yeah.
That would make it worse.
So let's just not. If there's a space where we need to say that word, just pause.
I can't. And finish the thought. It comes out quicker than I can think or react.
I know. I'm just gonna be really mindful of it today.
You know what's
We'll keep each other accountable.
When I was in France, I went on a French exchange program in high school. French kids would say
What do you do on the French exchange program?
Good question, Connor. It was in 10th grade, and for 2 weeks, we just got matched up with a student. And for 2 weeks, a French student in a French school, and they were all at the same school. We were all at the same school, my French class. They came to stay with us for 2 weeks. So I had a French student living with me.
House swap? Wife swap?
More of a house swap. And then we went to France for 2 weeks and lived with them. Yeah, but they would always say this word when they were talking in French, as you do in France. And I was like, I know.
Good catch.
I kept asking, what is that word? I don't know that word. And they couldn't explain it. They just kept saying,
that's pretty cool.
It's just what we say. And it's the equivalent of like. So it's every language kind of has that word. But where does it come from? Why is it like, And why, I forget what they would say, but it's just interesting.
I'm sure someone from France.
Because you can't even explain it.
If anyone knows what the...
I think it started with a B. I don't know, though.
Bike?
No, it didn't remind... I don't know. But it's interesting because you couldn't explain to somebody who didn't speak English why we say...
Oh, this isn't going to help at all.
No. I think it was... Fun?
The way that I learned Spanish in school... When I played club soccer, most of my teammates were Hispanic and spoke Spanish, and I could speak. They only spoke Spanish on the field. So, like, when I was playing and we're yelling at each other and communicating, I learned more Spanish on the field than I did in 2.5 years in high school. And then I took another 2.5 years in college because I couldn't learn it.
Yeah. Before we go further.
Yeah. I think we want to take a little piece of the show right now to acknowledge like how many evil, horrible things have been happening recently. We hope that the show today and moving forward can provide a little bit of an escape from all of the news.
Yeah, I personally am feeling pretty sick over it, but we're gonna power through today and do the best we can, and that's all that we can all do at this time.
Do you mind asking who I'm wearing today?
Oh my gosh, who are you wearing? What story does that tell?
I'm wearing a Brooke Cullen original. It was custom made, paired with a Fibula custom made pair of jorts.
You custom made those jorts?
Yeah.
I complimented them earlier.
Thank you. I made them this morning.
I love when you show off your thigh tats.
Thanks. I'll get them on camera so everyone can get a good look. We got... I appreciate that. But
yeah.
This is a good crop for me,
It is a good fit. And do you know the significance behind crap bag?
I do remember it was Paul Rudd and Lusa Kudrow in this scene.
Lusa, we love you.
Lucy Lusa. What is it?
Lisa Kudrow.
Lisa Kudrow.
Yeah.
Who is the who is the
Were you about to say Antichrist?
No. I was gonna say Anna Wintour of
Friends?
Of Friends.
Yeah.
Because they look the same.
Oh, interesting.
This is this scene. Yeah. Oh
yeah. I could give you a little bit more insight to the crap bag reference if you want, because
so the sweater for audio
it's from
listeners.
Friends. Oh, it says crap bag.
So today I'm wearing one of Brooke's original handcrafted, hand sewn, made with love and tears and blood and sweat.
Right.
Her is it crochet or is it knitted?
Yeah, I don't know how to crochet. Those are two very different skills, which I don't think people understand.
I don't understand.
Because when people ask me, can you crochet me a sweater? It just, to be honest, makes my blood boil. Because I don't know how to crochet. Please respect the art of knitting.
Well,
and I know it's not your fault. It's just a personal fiber artist qualm.
Sure.
Yeah.
And we all can take this moment as a learning moment. We see you, we hear you. And we're all here learning.
But I'll tell you about the reference. Basically, Phoebe and Mike is Paul Rudd, get married, and she is going to go to the name bureau and change her last name to Hannigan, Mike's last name. And when she's there, she realizes she can change her name to absolutely anything. So she moves forward with changing her name to Princess Consuela Banana Hammock, and then comes back and tells that to Mike. And he says, okay, if that's what you want to do, fine. I'm going to change my name as well to Crap Bag. First name Crap, last name bag.
That's pretty funny.
And
to
if
me.
you need an easy way to remember it, you can just think of kind of just like a bag of crap.
Yeah.
And then he insists that she introduce him to people as first name crap, last name bag. And that kind of gets her thinking, maybe I'll just change my name to Hannigan.
That's why I'm such a huge fan of passive aggressiveness. Even if it means like
it gets the job done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know who doesn't work on is my landlord.
What's going on?
Still got that construction going. I don't know if I've talked about
that to everyone.
Okay. So first of all, hang on, I'm trying to think of where to start here. Basically my apartment is on a second story and it's by itself, and there's a unit below it who the landlord is renovating, and he fully gutted this spot, and he said it's going to be 2 weeks of really loud noise. And when I say loud, I mean I thought we were having like a really intense earthquake in my building. I thought I was falling through the roof. And I texted my landlord because it's now been 5.5 weeks of them taking a hacksaw to what is literally underneath my bed. And they do start at 7:30 in the morning.
Right.
And the ordinance in our city, because I've studied up now, says they are allowed to start at 7 in the morning. And
whoa.
I've downloaded a decibel meter to measure decibels of these men hard at work.
Because is there a decibel requirement on the website that you were
There's
on?
a noise ordinance, which if anyone's having issues like this, which I've never been a noise ordinance guy, go ahead, play your music. I don't really care.
Right.
But this is so loud. You've heard it.
Well, even when you join meetings,
I can't get off mute on Zoom.
Right.
And I certainly can't film any videos in my house.
Which is your job.
So basically the whole thing is that if there's a noise ordinance issue, it has to be consistent for 5 minutes at a certain decibel level. So a decibel, I don't know what a decibel is. I'll be straight up with you.
I don't.
Like it's a sound.
Tell you.
It's a level of It's a level of volume, I guess.
I think that's as much.
They're
as
measured in decibels.
As best as, yeah.
Well, now I'm on a different unit of measurements. Confuse me. Okay, so it's a decibel, and it can be 55, up to 55, legally, and then once it surpasses 55, now we've got an issue on our hands. But it has to be consistent for 5 minutes. That's how I can report it. So I had to get a second phone to put it on the ground to measure, but it's not 5 minutes consistently. It's they had a jackhammer down there for 2 weeks.
So if it's going on for 20 minutes, but there's slight pauses,
doesn't count.
Doesn't count in the ordinance.
So I'm just at a loss for words. Anyways, then my neighbor passes away, and I'm like, bless his heart, but I am getting there myself. Like this is like killing me. I'm not able to sleep. They started Saturday. I didn't know they're allowed to work on Saturday. Who works on Saturday?
Right.
Wouldn't dream of it.
Right.
They started working on Saturday at 7:30, and I texted my landlord. I was like, dude, this is not livable conditions for me. And he said, here's my permit to do this.
And how long has it been?
5.5 weeks.
Okay.
Anyways, that's that. So guy behind me, my neighbor, has now his family's all back there, and they're unloading his entire house. It's shocking.
A lot happening.
In the house.
A lot happening at your
and they're
apartment.
Like, please take. No, it's not sound. Please take all this stuff.
It sounds like there's a lot.
Yeah, there's a lot. It's not like a really just like casual living situation.
Right.
So they're giving me all this stuff, and I'm like, they gave me this dictionary last week, and the dictionary is a size. Have you ever seen a book?
Yes.
You've seen it. Okay. I mean, so you've seen a book. I'm trying to think of what else to compare it to. It is a book.
Right.
But it's
big.
I'm trying to think of how I can do it for audio people. It is the size of a microwave. Okay. Like it has depth to it. It's a deep book. And I open, it's cool looking, but it's a dictionary. You never know when you're going to need that. And I start opening it. He's marked pages in it. He's marking pages in this. And now I feel like if I start going through this, maybe I could put together a sentence.
Right.
In the afterlife.
You mean like crack some sort of FBI case?
No, just like talk to, like do a seance.
Oh.
Seance.
Okay. Seance, yeah.
Seance.
Yeah.
do one of those maybe. And living alone gets lonely, so maybe I'm cool with it. And still no bird, still no sign of the bird. But they are also giving me like a ton of wine. And I started looking up all the bottles, $200 bottle of wines, and they're from 2001, 1994.
Wow.
Like, yeah, like. Anyways.
So a lot going on your end.
Yeah.
Is what I'm hearing.
Yeah, and I'm going through my notes that I typed up in like a weird state this morning. And I want to start saying and like and you know.
You may have noticed that I haven't spoken in the past 10 minutes, and that's because I know I'm just going to say like.
Say something.
I don't have anything to say right now.
Okay, well, my bullet points for today that I wanted to start with to do some house cleaning.
Yeah.
I want to apologize to Kansas City for speaking poorly on your city.
Mm-hmm.
I have no qualms against Kansas City. I've never been, and to me, it's the epitome of the Midwest.
Right.
But I don't have any qualms against it. It looks really nice.
Connor.
Yeah.
I had always thought the Midwest was not a place that I ever needed to be or wanted to be. When I did a road trip, when I first moved here, I flew here, and then eventually I flew back home to drive my car back out.
Oh.
And I drove my car from Philly to LA. And driving through the Midwest, I drove through Indiana, Ohio, Illinois, Nebraska.
That's the Midwest.
Yeah. Nebraska especially, I think the most beautiful place I have ever seen in my life. If I could live one other place besides LA, it would be Nebraska.
You are tripping balls.
I'm not.
Was there a lot of corn? You just really like corn?
It wasn't even corn. It was just like wide open fields and also beautiful, not even mountains, but just like raised rock, which I guess you could call mountain technically. But
that's like a shelf.
Wide open spaces at the end of the day. And it made me feel, well, yeah. And it made me feel
here and there.
Yeah. So small, but in a beautiful way. And just driving through the residential areas of the Midwest was really powerful too, because you just kind of think like, what's everyone's story? More so than you would here, because you can kind of imagine what most people's stories could possibly be here, but in a place where you don't really relate to. It's really interesting to ponder that. Anyway, that's my 2 cents.
That's a really gorgeous take back.
Thank you. That's just something that
When I have family in Michigan. When I go up to Michigan and we drive through a lot of small places, I'm like, this is really nice. I can't wait to leave because I feel stuck and scared, and it gives me anxiety thinking. And then I'm like, whoa, like everybody lives like everybody wakes up and has like a plan for the day,
right? And
like their own little thing that they're doing, and like I'm driving through and I'm seeing little bits of it, and like, this is their everyday. It's cool. It is a cool thing. I was gonna say something else about. No.
That's another thing I'm going to stop saying.
You need to stop apologizing.
No reason for me to have just said sorry because you forgot what you were going to say.
I was thinking about your road trip.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, guys, we're going to take a quick break to thank a sponsor of today's episode, StoryWorth. Brooke is so excited about StoryWorth. I'm so excited about StoryWorth. I thought I knew my dad, Pete is his name, better than anyone, but one day we were chatting and I heard a story I'd never heard before.
Really?
Yeah. It's fascinating. I can't tell you what it is. I'll let him tell you.
I dare you.
I can. I'll save it for another day. But that got me wondering, how many other stories don't I know? You know? Mm-hmm. And that's why I got Pete StoryWorth for Father's Day.
StoryWorth is an online service that helps you and your dad or father figure connect through sharing stories and memories and preserves them for years to come. Every week, StoryWorth emails your dad a thought-provoking question of your choice from a vast pool of possible options. Each unique prompt asks questions you've never thought to, like, what is one of your fondest childhood memories? Or, have you ever feared for your life?
That's a good question.
It really is.
Have you ever feared for your life?
I'm hoping my dad texts me and responds to that question, which I think he will, and I can share that next week. Have I ever feared for my life? Yeah, every day.
Every day.
Yeah.
When I'm driving.
Oh, I'm
and then I'm like, how did constantly. I get here? I'm like, oh, wow, I should be dead. Yeah. Anyways, I've really enjoyed reading my dad's answers to the questions that I've sent over. I've discovered stories and memories and everything that I thought I knew about, but then I learned a lot more about, and it's incredible. It's such a blessing. Mm-hmm. Like I was talking with my dad about how he met my mom, and it finally has come out now in my older age that they met at a bar that my mom used to hang out at to meet pilots.
Right, and your dad is a pilot.
He was a pilot.
Yeah.
He was in the military. So Top Gun, as relevant as it is,
Right.
they were at
After
one of
that.
those bars.
Oh, wow.
Imagine. After 1 year, StoryWorth compiles all those beautiful questions and stories, including photos, into a beautiful keepsake book that the whole family can share for generations to come.
Give all the fathers in your life a meaningful gift you can both cherish for years to come. StoryWorth. Right now, for a limited time, you can save $10 on your first purchase when you go to storyworth.com/BNC. That's StoryWorth.com/BNC to save $10 on your first purchase. StoryWorth.com/BNC.
And it doesn't really matter, I guess, if I can't remember what I was going to say. Yeah.
Let me know if you remember. Anything?
No, nothing.
Okay.
Wow,
Well,
actually nothing. I didn't even have a...
Well, we can move on to the next topic of discussion. We were together this weekend. I feel like we haven't seen each other outside of our work in so long.
Yeah.
I had fun with you. I feel like this is going to be one of those stories, you know, when you're like, oh, I have a really funny story, and then you tell it, and then other people are like, that's actually incredibly sad. And it's the worst feeling when you think you're being funny, and then people are like, that's actually just so depressing.
You don't have to worry about me or Brooke. Because we think it's funny. I think it's funny.
It's funny.
Well, just get to it. So basically our friends had an event. It's Nick Schlegel and Vinny, and they have this thing called All My Friends, and it's like a friend collective, and they invite every network of people that they've met in LA to come, and they DJ.
Right. I personally, for the past few months, have not been wanting to go out.
Yeah.
I don't like drinking anymore at all. And I think for a lot of people, if you have a bad day, a drink could help.
Yeah.
For me, if I'm already in a sad mood, having a drink makes that 1,000,000 times worse.
That's like scientifically a fact. It just enhances whatever mood you're in.
Yeah, I guess that's true, but I feel like a lot of the time if you're feeling sad or stressed or whatever, it's like, oh, have a drink, which it should be the opposite. It should be just like go to bed.
I think a lot of people are going to agree with that.
With which take?
With what you just said.
Just like don't have a drink if you're feeling sad?
Yeah.
Oh, I agree.
Just like
but I was like, okay, maybe, and I know from the past, like if you're feeling sad, just like don't have a drink because it's going to make it worse. And I don't even know why I was feeling sad. I've just been in a little bit of a funk. But went out. I think when I saw you show up to this event, I had not had a drink yet. So I was like, oh, hi, Connor. Like, how are you? Whatever.
No, you weren't, hi, Connor. You were like bouncing off the wall. Like, you were bouncing off the walls, ecstatic.
To see you?
Just like to see everybody.
Oh.
Seemed like you were having a really good time.
Right. Well, let me just say, I went up to the bar. I asked for 1 vodka pineapple. 1. I had 1 drink this night. And the last thing I remember clearly was watching the bartender pour the vodka into the pineapple juice and saying, that is going to put me in the hospital because of his heavy hand. But I only had 1 drink and everything was going fine until, do you remember what triggered?
No.
Oh, I started talking about Matthew. And you were like, can you stop talking about Matthew for a second?
Well, so it's Friday night and Brooke comes up to me talking about Matthew Gray Goobler, and we're at a bar with genuinely every friend that, I mean, everyone I've ever met in LA.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, like from my point of view, you just lost it, started crying, I guess because of Matthew. And
I don't really know. You were just like, can you stop for 1 second? And then immediately just everything shifted and I started sobbing.
I think Brooke, I mean, in my head, I was like, oh, Brooke is like wasted. So I was like, all right.
I had 1 drink.
I was like, all right, let's step outside and chat through this because we're in the middle of a bar and it's playing, what was playing? Like something by Migos. I was just like, this is just like not the place to cry about Matthew Gray Goobler. He's going, you take the bag and mumble it, and I take the bag and flip it and tumble it. And Brooke's like, I was like, all right, well, let's step outside. Let's step out front. Step out front with all the people taking their smoke break. Brooke's bawling her eyes out.
Someone came up and was like, we love your podcast.
I'm like, thank you so much for listening. Brooke's like, thank you. So anyways, thank you to the one person that came up and said that they enjoyed the podcast.
I really appreciate you. I needed that in that moment.
I appreciate you just not reading the room at all and saying your piece and then dipping. That was pretty cool.
That was really sweet. But honestly, like it started with Matthew, but then I think I started crying I just think I needed a good cry. You know, sometimes you just need a good cry.
That's why I watched Titanic so much.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. But I don't even remember like what I was talking to you about outside, really. And I'm not even sure you can speak to those.
Oh, no, I was drunk.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Intentionally.
Yeah. And I was unintentional for me.
An old man asked me and one of our friends to have a threesome with him. And that's when I said, bartender, can I close out? Hurry before I order another drink.
Quick.
I don't know where this night's going to go.
That's good.
Yeah.
But that was really it. And then I think when that happens to me, because it's happened a few times, I just like snap out of it. And then.
Yeah, you did. I was like, okay, what do you say you stop crying and we go in and have fun with our friends? You said, oh, yeah, let's do it.
Wait, that sounds like a great idea.
You started laughing and then we went in and I didn't see you.
Then I started dancing.
I was with the old man for the rest of the night.
Moral of the story for me, I just think if I am in a bad mood, a drink is not going to help me.
Sure.
Yeah. That's just something I've learned about myself and my body.
Well, I'll make you feel a little bit better if it'll help. So Thursday I went to see Goth Babe.
Who's that?
He's
Enlightened.
just like he's pretty good. He was a like van travel guy.
Mm-hmm.
And basically his whole thing is like I just want to make enough money to be able to surf and make my own schedule, play a show when I need money to pay for gas and travel and surf and feed my dog. And I was like, this is who I would be if I could.
Right.
And something that'll never happen for me. But a part of me is like, that would be really cool. I want to do that. It will not happen though. But he is just like the coolest normal guy. And he had one of his songs blow up. I think it was right before TikTok.
Uh-huh.
And he got signed at a label, right? Oh, no, he's not signed. He started getting booked for shows, whatever. So now he's like set. He's on tour paying for, but he's just super normal. And sitting there, I was the same way. I was like, we're going out Friday. So I'm just going to have a couple drinks at this show because it is one of my favorite bands. And that's it. So I have 3 drinks at this show. And then this girl next to me is hitting something, like one of those things.
Oh, God.
And I was like, she was like, oh, do you want to hit this? And I'm trying to be cool. And I'm like, yeah.
And you thought it was a
for sure. I thought it was maybe like one of the puff bars or like a Jewel or something. And I hit it. And I hit it again. And I hit it again 3 times.
Because you were trying to understand what you were hitting.
Well, see, I'm bad. I'm worse than you.
No, you're not.
I am.
I promise. I'm going to insert a clip of when we went on Rod's podcast.
Yeah.
I don't think they mean beautiful maybe some people do, but I'm not thinking beautiful in the sense of like that is like a gorgeous, like hot, like piece
excuse
of
me, Brooke. We don't need to be
creature.
sexualizing
But
the
I just
ocean.
think like the fact that like
See how many adjectives you could put behind that.
Oh, that's why I couldn't repost it yesterday. I'm really scared.
every 5 seconds.
Let's circle back on the clip that he posted. Also, I want to talk about that again because I feel like that
makes
works.
sense.
I feel that could be a good topic for us. Too.
Okay.
So anyways, turns out I asked this girl, what flavor is this like device?
Weed flavored.
Oh, so that's marijuana flavored via the weed and THC that you're inhaling. And I look at her, and it's like that scene when like everything stopped and is like zoomed in on my face, and I was like, oh no.
Right.
Disclaimer, I've said before, I cannot smoke weed. It doesn't agree with me. I love weed. I love the idea of weed. I love when my friends smoke weed.
But you do smoke. You do.
I love Colorado. I've always
course.
said it. Love Boulder. People that go to Boulder. This is not a direct attack on anyone that goes to Boulder. I know. Sometimes I can, but I don't like it. You know, I like
kind of like me and drinking. I don't like it.
You can,
but I can, and I will.
Anyways, you talked about greening out. I green out like so easy. That's why I don't like doing it. And then we got invited backstage. And I was told that we got invited backstage, and we did go backstage apparently. And then when we got home, I was like, "Whoa, we're home." But I don't remember going backstage or meeting one of my favorite bands and all that good stuff. So that it's kind of unfortunate.
That's
but my friends were like, "Oh, what? You were awesome."
Oh, great. Then you have nothing
But
to
like,
worry
I
about.
know that my friends are lying when they say, you were being the man. You're lying to me. I was probably being so annoying. Anyways,
That's scary.
it's okay.
But it's
It's happened before. It'll happen again. Memorial Day is coming up, so that'll be good.
Because they'll see Goth Babe again?
No, because I'll probably just get to redeem myself or dig a deeper grave.
Mm-hmm.
Hey guys, I want to take a quick break to thank a sponsor of today's episode, BetterHelp. Life can be overwhelming and many people are burned out without even knowing it. Symptoms can include lack of motivation, check. Feeling hopeless, check. Trapped, check. Detachment, check. Fatigue, and more. Brooke?
Yeah, we associate burnout with work, but that's not the only cause. Any of our roles in life can lead us to feel burned out, and BetterHelp Online Therapy wants to remind you to prioritize yourself. Talking with someone can help you figure out what's causing stress in your life. I have never needed BetterHelp more in my life than I've needed BetterHelp this week.
From burnout,
And
detachment, stress, fatigue, or what?
It's really true what they say. Burnout can happen from anything, even sitting in your bed,
Looking at
knitting,
yeah.
looking at your phone.
Yeah.
I'm burnt out
Yeah.
from
I feel that.
the burdens of existing. So thank you,
Thanks,
BetterHelp.
BetterHelp.
Yeah, seriously.
Well, what they don't tell you much about BetterHelp that I'm gonna open up Pandora's box to tell you. BetterHelp is customized online therapy that offers video, phone, and even live chat sessions with your therapist, so you don't have to see anyone on camera if you don't want to. It's much more affordable than in-person therapy, and you can be matched with a therapist in under 48 hours. That's 2 days if you add it up.
Good point. Brooke and Connor Make a Podcast listeners get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/BNC. That's BetterHelp.com/BNC.
So anywho, Rod's podcast. We went on Just Me Rod, if you're familiar on TikTok. He does a lot of like nostalgia millennial stuff. He's one of our good buddies. And he asked us if we had any hot takes, because it's like one of our things we do here.
Yeah.
Which is cool. And my hot take that I'd been thinking about for a while, because I was driving on PCH coming back from Malibu one day, and I was thinking about how expensive it is to live in California and how taxes are just so expensive. And then I look to my right. I'm in traffic. It's taking me an hour and a half to get 6 miles. And there's a whale out there. And I was like, I guess that's why we pay so much money to live here, because look at that whale.
For the site.
And then I said to myself, it's just like a lump of fat, like little, like it's so my hot take was that whales really.
What isn't at the end of the day? What living creature isn't a lump of fat?
Like a tree?
What living mammal?
Mammals, that's a tough answer.
Yeah.
A worm? No, that would be
That's
a lump
not
of
a
fat.
mammal.
A whale to me is the same as a worm. Like, people think it's beautiful because it's big, I guess, but like, there's a lot of big stuff. I guess people think rocks are beautiful sometimes.
Yeah, mountain.
Mountains. Maybe I stand alone here, but to me, whales are just like a big, lumpy accident.
I don't think, again, and I think this is what I said on Roz, I don't think people think whales are, or I'm sure some people do, are like, no,
Cool.
they're
cool to look at.
It's mostly just like a scientific feat. Like, wow, that is amazing. That thing is so
I think that
massive and swims and carries its weight the way it does and twirls and swirls the way it does.
they should have made.
It's just like, whoa, how does that exist on our planet?
They should make a new sexy whale.
I was gonna say it's not like sexy.
Beluga whale.
We don't need to. We don't need
me?
to sexualize everything, including whales. But that's a different story. What
This
I'm
is a
looking
different
at right
story.
now.
This is
what I'm looking at right now is full green M&M vibes.
This is a beluga whale. I could be in a deep, loving relationship with this whale,
Yeah.
and I actually have been previously. Now, I want to preface what I'm about to say with fuck SeaWorld. I hate SeaWorld, and I want them all to burn.
Okay.
And all the individuals involved with SeaWorld. But I have been. And I did kiss a beluga whale. Call it bestiality. It was magical, and I'll remember it until the day I die. I want to save that same beluga whale and take it and let it explore.
I've never been to SeaWorld, but I have such a love of marine life, which I guess is why I've never been to SeaWorld.
My parents took me when I
No,
was
I know.
8.
That wasn't a dig at you. That was just like, I wouldn't go now, despite my love of marine life, you know? If I could be anything besides what I am now, it would be an FBI agent,
Yeah.
profiler,
Yeah.
or a marine biologist.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people feel you on that.
Yeah. A lot of people have those same exact thoughts, I bet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's get into the beef of today.
Okay.
We had a lot of shite that happened in the past. This should just be called the pod.
It's okay. Just don't think about it.
I told you I'm going to be
You
mindful
can't,
about
I
it
know.
today.
There's a fine line between being mindful and letting it consume you.
Yeah.
Don't let it consume you. Just be mindful of it.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So
In pop culture,
in pop culture news,
something that people are talking about
something that people are talking about
is Kourtney
is Kourtney
Kardashian's
Kardashian.
wedding to Travis Barker.
Yeah. I personally, outside of them, like I don't really care about them. I think we're force fed a lot of them, but this wedding was sick.
You like?
So sick. Yeah.
Here's what I think.
It reminds me of
Or not.
Blink 182.
Well, yeah. That's Travis.
It's cool to see him influence them.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
Yeah. That checks out. Yeah.
Spill the beans. What are you thinking?
No, I just think I appreciate your positivity on it, and I'm tired of hearing people share their negative opinions. There are so many people absolutely trashing this wedding. And to that, I say, shut up. No one cares. Kourtney doesn't care. I don't need to hear everyone's every single opinion bashing things. You know? That being said, I'm now going to offer my opinion. I didn't love it, but that's fine. No one cares. You know? I'm not going to go out of my way and share that. I just did, but I wouldn't have gone out of my way and shared that unless specifically asked. I'm not going to be posting on my Instagram story saying this was the ugliest wedding, blah, blah, blah. Even though I wouldn't have this wedding. That's fine. Me and Kourtney have different tastes. Me and Kourtney and Travis have different tastes. That's completely fine.
You're fired up over there.
I know. It's just like I just have been feeling like everybody feels the need to share their opinion, which is what I'm doing now, granted. And I acknowledge that.
That's good. It's good to do that.
I see what's happening clearly, clear as day. Everyone just relax at the end of the day is what I feel. Because so many people are fired up. I can't relate to that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. I'm on the same time. I'm in the same boat.
It's just like, if you don't like it, okay. I wouldn't have that wedding. That's fine. I just have been seeing so many people screaming about how they thought it was so ugly. And it's just like, it's fine not to like it. You just don't need to scream about it.
Yeah.
I'm not screaming about that I didn't like it. I'm screaming about that other people are screaming about it, even though I didn't like it. That's not what I'm screaming about.
Well,
does that make sense at all?
No, not to me, but I'm sure someone will relate to you. In the same vein as Kardashians, Kanye West. Did you see this? Kanye West is. I was really vague. He posted on his Instagram story this image of what I thought was a 3D printed burger, and it wasn't. It was apparently Ye is redesigning the packaging because I thought he was teasing a McDonald's meal too, but and McDonald's chooses some very interesting characters to work with and timelines to work with them.
Right.
Travis Scott.
Right.
Kanye West.
I mean, I think they do it on purpose.
But it's so controversial for what is supposed to be like a family restaurant.
I know.
I guess they're not really a family restaurant. They're like teenage 20.
Did Ronald McDonald ever come to your school for the reading competition?
Oh,
God.
You had such an interesting school life.
I think a lot of people had that. For the Ronald McDonald house.
Oh, this is the image that he posted.
Oh, okay.
So he posted this thing. That's the packaging. To me, that looks foul. It makes me sick to my stomach.
Let me put on my glasses.
It kind of looks like something where you're on vacation, you're in Cabo, and you're at an all-inclusive resort, and they say, "Do you want the burger?" And there's a picture of it on the menu, and you're like,
"That's giving me Chum Bucket."
Yeah. There's a picture of it on the menu, and you say, "Yeah, I guess I'll take the burger." And then you look at it, and you're like,
Never mind.
No, this is gonna institutionalize me for sure. This is gonna Montezuma my ass.
Right. I get that.
So, and it also looks like something Pete Davidson wouldn't sit well with too, which I think is his whole thing is like so dystopian, you know? Like Kanye West's whole vibe is very like futuristic, dystopian.
Yeah.
And it scares me, I'll be honest.
No, I scroll past everything Kanye related because it's just unsettling at the end of the day to me.
It's scary.
Yeah.
The whole dystopian thing, the Balenciaga, whatever.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's apparently he's doing the Fry design next week, so stay tuned. I know that you're really invested in that.
Okay, thank you.
And then why don't you take this next one? I feel like you'll have an interesting take.
I don't have any take on that, but I do. It was Taylor Swift's speech. I don't have.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't have any take on that.
Okay.
So we can cut that part. But
I have a take. on that.
Okay. So don't cut it.
Well, at first I was like, if I went to college, and I did go to college with someone who was super famous, not at the same time as me, Matthew McConaughey was at UT, and still comes back all the time and gets all these honorary things, and it's awesome. And I love Fool's Gold. Don't get me wrong.
I know.
It's one of my favorite movies. But it's kind of like, you're just an actor. Like, why do you get to do all this stuff? Like, we're working just as hard as you.
Well, it's interesting. We as a society, myself very much at the forefront of this movement, idolize celebrities to the point of they can do and should have everything. Like, oh, you're an actor? Do
Statue.
Do UT. What does he do at UT?
He teaches a course on God knows what. It's signed, or it went out so fast I can't remember what it was, but I was in school for that. And then now he's the minister of culture.
Right.
Culture of what? You ask?
Mm-hmm.
Don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't tell you. It's the culture of all right.
I
It's
just
like,
think what I was trying to say is we idolize celebrities and actors
you
so
think
much
that they
it's
deserve
just
it.
like,
Yeah.
please get your doctorate, even though you didn't study the credentials to technically have a doctorate. We view actors as somewhat of politicians as well, and I am fully complicit in this. Like, I think I idolize celebrities so deeply, but it's just something to note.
Okay.
But I think
yeah. So I flipped fully.
What do you
after
think?
thinking about it?
What?
I think that like she's done so much more than anyone in that graduating class will probably ever do.
Yeah, that's a good point. I don't have like a strong opinion. I'm just saying I think that has to do with.
She's done a lot. I think she's done a lot for the culture too.
Yeah.
Arguably more than Matthew McConaughey. And she's done a lot. She had like a lot of, empowerment cases.
Did we even say we're talking about Taylor Swift?
Yeah, we said Taylor Swift gave her honorary. She got an honory doctorate in music.
Music.
And so did Kanye West. Speak of the devil. And at first I was like, this is so fucking annoying. If you had to walk right after Taylor Swift walks, you're like, I just studied my arse off for so long, 8 years or whatever it takes to get a doctorate. Took so many time and hours, and Taylor Swift walks in.
Right. I see both sides.
In a cardigan.
Yeah.
And walks up and gives a speech. I'd be like, get out of here. Right. But then I'd also be like, this is so effing sick that this is my commencement speech by Taylor Swift. You know? Even Matthew McConaughey, I don't have any beef with him. I'm just jealous, obviously.
No.
He's so sick. And so is she, but anyways.
So you've flipped.
So I've flipped. I think it's well deserved, and she was really happy to be there, and I think that's awesome. Why does someone else's success affect my own?
Right.
Except if they're older than me or younger than me.
Or more successful or less
more
successful.
successful or less successful.
Yeah. I don't have particularly strong opinions on that, but maybe next week I will. I think it would probably depend who I'm talking to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey guys, want to take a quick break to thank a sponsor of today's episode, SeatGeek. Summer concerts are here in a big way, and that means you can get $20 off tickets at SeatGeek with promo code B&C. If you didn't already know, SeatGeek is a ticketing app that makes buying tickets super simple. We've got an app on our phones, and it's by far
Pulling it up.
Pull it up. Pull it up.
Pulling.
It's by far and away. It's the best way to buy tickets.
Let me show everyone what it would look like if I scroll.
What did you just buy a ticket on? Scroll away.
Scrolling.
Scroll away.
I was gonna buy Olivia Rodrigo tickets, but then
On SeatGeek.
I didn't. But if I would have gotten them,
Whoa.
would have been on SeatGeek.
I think that's where Tristan got
I
his
think,
tickets. And
yeah,
he got
he-
them like at 2 hours before the show.
Yeah, he went alone. With so many amazing concerts and festivals happening right now, you're not going to want to miss out. I'm talking The Weeknd, Doja Cat, Justin Bieber, Olivia Rodrigo, Shawn Mendes.
I saw a show that I talked about today, Goth Babe. I saw them on Thursday.
Oh.
And Lily Miola, who is awesome. And we went backstage and I got my ticket. I got 4 tickets actually on SeatGeek for the price of 2 on someone else that I don't think I can mention. SeatGeek wants to make sure you're getting a good deal. So when you're on the app, look for green dots. Green means good deal. Red means bad.
Don't worry, we've got the hookup. Use code BNC for $20 off tickets at SeatGeek. That's $20 off your first purchase with promo code BNC. Make sure you click the link in the description to download the app. Yeah. You know, I've mentioned that I've just been in kind of a funk recently. And one of the things that have helped me, and this is a complete shift from what we've been talking about, I made a spam account on my Instagram.
Like a
which-
Finsta? Or like shit posting.
Just like,
Oh, one of the things you cried to me about, I'm remembering. You don't even follow my spam account. I didn't know you had one. It's like you announced it to me.
Did I say that?
You were bawling your eyes out saying, I don't even follow your spam account. What are you fucking talking about?
Well, anyway, I don't know. I made it because it's just like I feel like I want to be able to post whatever I want, whenever I want, at any hour of the day.
And you feel like you can't do
I
that
feel like I
on
can't
May.
do that on main Brooke Averick.
You should take a note out of Brittany Broski's book.
I know. I wish I could do what she does. She's truly an inspiration. But for whatever reason, I have a mental block where it's like everything I post needs to be curated and perfect and whatever.
Yeah.
And the spam account that I made was just an account, Brooke Cullen X06, which after Lady Efron was an email address that I developed. I just post like whatever tickles my fancy. Old pictures, new pictures, currently what I'm doing.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, there it is. And I've been having the
Oh,
absolute
a lot of followers. Jeez.
I posted on my regular Brooke Averick and I said, please only follow this if you're obsessed with me because I'll be shit posting all the time and only like a 20th of the people followed and that's completely
That's a lot
fine.
of-
I would only
4,000
want
people is nothing to
right. Sure.
nothing to not write home about.
I don't know, but I am just having an absolute blast on this account. And I would recommend that everybody do the same thing where you can just have a space where you can post anything that tickles your fancy at any given time.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
Thank you.
Oh, and look at all this.
Yeah. I mean, oh, that one's funny, Connor.
Which
Can you
one?
click the Hinge one? Yeah. Yeah, that one. Did you see this? Someone liked me on Hinge and said this.
Her
You can
Lady
read it.
Efron. So someone commented on Brooke's picture of her at the beach. She looks stunning, by the way.
Thanks, Connor.
Your Lady Efron on TikTok. Wild. Love the content. Michael said, tell Connor what's up for me. And Brooke captioned that. I will actually not be doing that, Michael.
I guess now I did.
Oh, well, you should have told him hello.
Do you not think that's like annoying?
No, I get a lot of people that come up to me and say, I don't know who you are, but I see you on Lady Efron.
No, on Hinge,
People kind of had no I mean, like, we signed up for this.
I didn't sign up for Michael on Hinge to tell me say hi to Connor.
I wouldn't take it personally. I think
I'm
that's
not taking it personally.
maybe he thought it was a good intro to be like, oh, I don't want to come on too strong. Love the podcast while you're crying outside of Canary Club.
Oh, that Michael wasn't sitting right with me.
Okay.
That's fine.
That's totally fine.
Okay. Anyway, I would recommend you get a spam account.
You know, I like any excuse to not feel the need to post all the time. That's why
But that's why it's so great. There's no need. It's a want.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we take a quick break? I have to pee so bad.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Sorry.
Okay. How was your pee?
It was good. I had to take the sweater off. You'll see some sweat here. They don't call it a sweater for nothing.
Well, make sure you put that back on so I can get a picture of you to post on my spam account before
Yeah,
we
I will.
leave. Yeah.
I for sure will.
Yeah.
I'm
Love that account.
wearing a Grubhub shirt now.
Brooke
love Grubhub.
Cullen X06 for those of you who are wondering.
So you certainly saw the SNL departure list.
I certainly
I'm sure
did.
sucks that it sucks.
It sucks. It's devastating. Okay.
Go ahead.
No, you go.
The show must not go on.
Yeah, it's Pete's leaving.
Pete was
Which,
never.
Pete wasn't really in it anymore.
Pete's a
but
deadbeat dad. Pete deadbeat Davidson.
But Pete's gone, which is absolutely tragic.
Kate
80 Bryant and Kate McKinnon were holding the show on their back.
I don't think 80's very funny.
Oh my God. Are you kidding?
No.
Wow. I love 80.
I feel like she played the same exact part in every scene she was in.
It was a funny part, but
And she laughed a lot.
I love 80, and she's in the main voice of the Big Mouth reboot, Human Resources, and she does such a good job. But
Kate McKinnon,
love 80.
That sucks. That's a.
But we knew that, like, she was only she's too good for this world.
And then Kyle Mooney, like, where do we begin? And it also sucks is if you watched along SNL, which I always watch like midweek, I just turn it on in the background. Like a lot of the people got these big like, we love you, whatever these scenes. Kyle Mooney didn't get shit.
Kyle, to me, Kyle was a tier 1 for me.
I heard.
And I just adore him. And I also think Beck, who left last year, like we didn't realize, I don't think anyone realized how big of an impact that would have because he played like every role in every skit. And to his absence to me has been felt very much throughout this season. So I can't imagine how the 4 of these people are gonna.
I'm making a prediction right now that they're gonna start pulling people from TikTok to be on SNL. I think that's who they're looking at now, and I will put money down that one of the next cast members will have originated or blown up.
Well, do you want to manifest yourself getting onto SNL because this set is a breeding ground for manifestation?
You're right. I know it's really weird.
Do it. Manifest it.
Yeah, I think that I may be in talk with SNL.
I hope that for you.
Yeah, or I may not. I don't know.
But
I think I need to do a bit more character work because I send you characters every now and then when I put a filter on. What was that one I did the other day?
You do this one that scares the shit out of me.
I know. It's so funny. Sometimes I put the filter on, I'm like, I get a voice immediately, and I have a story. I think the one I did to you was the guy with the eyebrows. It looks like the Grinch.
No, the one that scares me is the old guy that you do.
Oh, the voice?
Yeah, do it.
I think last time I was like, I don't tell her that one?
Yeah, do it.
No, I don't want to do it.
Do it. SNL's watching.
No, well, I forget what I said. Oh, I think like the other one, I put the thing on and I said, it's hard without when your face isn't like that. Because sometimes the voice, it was, I don't tell a lot of people this, but I'm allergic to shellfish. That one. But what the hell am I supposed to do? The things are so damn good.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah. And he's got a point. I'm also kind of allergic to shellfish.
Really?
But I'll eat the shit out of them because they are so damn good.
Yeah.
And I do break out in hives.
Oh, I didn't know that.
But sometimes Taco Tuesday calls for some hives.
That voice kills me. But moral of the story, I don't know how SNL is going to.
I mean, no one agrees with me when I say that Please Don't Destroy is like fully carrying the show.
Oh, I do agree with you there.
In the same way that Lonely Island did.
Yeah, I do agree with you there.
Anyways.
Yeah, maybe it could be the beginning of a new era with them. But
I think so too.
Well, yeah, it's just going to be a different show, which for better or for worse, we'll see.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Okay, so Brooke and I were talking. We were brainstorming some stuff. And the email is always open. If you guys like, I know we have call outs all the time for send us hot takes, send us like whatever. So if you guys want us to talk about something, you can send something that hasn't been prompted to send. If you guys say, I really want your opinion on this. What do you think about this? Send it in.
We read every single email.
Yeah, I sit at a coffee shop and I look really busy because I'm reading all the emails. And we were talking yesterday. A lot of our friends do conspiracy theories. I'm really interested in conspiracy theories.
Yeah, Brittany Broski and Sarah
Shower did an episode on conspiracy theories. So this next week, send us some conspiracy theories. I think that'd be really fun, and we'll talk through them. I know some of my favorites are the mattress store.
Can you explain that to me?
Yeah, just like I need to look into the actual numbers behind it, but a lot of cities within a couple mile radius will have up to 25 mattress stores.
Right.
Where did you buy your mattress? It was gifted to you. So that's a bad example. I got my mattress off of Amazon as like a temporary mattress.
Right.
Because it's cheap and I needed a mattress.
Yeah.
And I was waiting to get like a nice mattress. Didn't need to. It was awesome.
Really?
Yeah, I forget what it was called. It starts with an L, but it's a queen size mattress and it's awesome. I freaking love it. But you won't catch me in a mattress store because I think they're filthy.
Because everyone's laying all
You're
over
laying
the
on them, but
mattresses.
also
Yeah.
there's something sketchy going on in them. And you're right to have that feeling if you feel that way. And they're huge.
So my understanding is that people think there's like money laundering happening.
Yeah.
What? Explain to me exactly what money laundering is, because that part of Breaking Bad,
Break it down. Break it down.
for
Break
me-
down the words.
Okay, for me,
So there's two
money.
words.
Money's
Money.
involved. I know that.
Yeah.
Laundering.
Yeah. What does that mean
That's
to
where
you?
you kind of lose me.
Right.
And here's why.
Break down the word laundering to me.
Oh, I think laundry.
Laundry.
So
right.
laundry store.
Right.
And to me, I think they're physically hiding the money under the ground of the store, which has come to my attention. That's not the case. The money's in the store. That I know, but it's not physically in the store. So how is it? What's happening?
So it's funny you said
Do you
laundry.
pay-
What do you think of when you think laundry?
Machine.
What do you think when you think of a laundry machine?
Putting coins in it.
What do you think of when you think of
Is that how they get the money?
No, you're going to want to think of something dirty. It's dirty money. It's not laundered money.
I don't think.
It's not clean. It's not been through the washing cycle. It's dirty. It needs to go to be laundered. It needs to go to the laundry room and be washed.
Are you doing a bit?
Nope, that's what it is. It's dirty money.
No, it's not. I know that.
Wash and iron.
The
He
def-
wasn't used to
The
laundering his own.
definition of launder. He wasn't used to laundering his own bed linens.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh,
Conceal
conceal
the
the origins of money.
I transferred.
Oh, so you would. Okay. So what you're telling me is you would open the mattress store to say, this is where my money's coming from.
Yeah, you sell the drugs out of the back of it. It's dirty money. It needs to be laundered.
Well, no, then you're telling me something different. You're running an operation physically in the store, or you're just saying this is where my money's coming from.
You could do both if you wanted to.
What's happening? Did you watch Breaking Bad?
Yeah.
Okay, so they had a car wash.
My dad made us stop watching it in high school because my mom started cussing too much.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So in Breaking Bad, there's the car wash. Did you get to that? And I
Yeah.
watched a long time ago, but I remember that part I never understood. Because are they just pretending the money is coming from the profits of the car wash, or are they physically
They're right.
hiding
It's
the
like
money
it's like when you write
in
it
the car
off.
wash?
You write off something
the car
Yeah,
wash.
I don't
Okay.
know. I don't know what it is. I have no idea.
So that's what's happening to
Can we pull up this link really quick and see if
Yeah, Brooke, you got it.
I got it.
Yeah.
right.
I've got Luke in my ear telling me I've got it.
say
right.
that more cars were washed at their car wash, and then they just put their
Right.
illegal money in as the
Got it. As
profits.
they're
So
claiming their income from the car wash rather than where it's actually.
So the whole thing with mattresses, they're saying they're selling more mattresses. 'Cause mattresses
bingo.
are pretty expensive.
Bingo.
Well, there's something also weird about the mattress store thing because the way that they're laid out is always in a shape geographically
You're
on the
getting
map.
too into it, I think.
No,
Yeah,
there's
that
a
brain of yours is.
no. They're laid out. Right here. The way they're laid out. Here it is.
Yeah.
It's in a sort of layout, and you see that here in the graphic. So the way that they're laid out is sort of in
More
a
so a layout then of sort.
yeah. You can kind of see that with when you look at it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of what I'm saying.
So they're
This is
yes.
yeah. That's interesting.
And that allows them to sell more mattresses and launder the money that way.
Yeah,
Via layout form.
sure.
Okay. We're
if you
on
think
to
about it like that.
Yeah.
Mattress firm, we're on to you.
I think we've cracked the code.
If anyone has anything to say about this one that I didn't touch on, and in our deep dive, let me know.
I would be curious to know how the layout actually has to do with the money.
I'm remembering a different layout than this one. This one is making a little
I'm
bit
looking
more
for
sense
it.
to me.
So
I know what you're talking about.
Okay, see,
N-
I'm making sense.
in your kind of like how I was making sense with
Kourtney Kardashian's
Kourtney
wedding.
Kardashian's wedding.
Yeah, talk about money
Yeah.
laundering. Brooke refuses to touch the Kardashians because she thinks that Kris Jenner is going to come.
No, I did not say that.
About the uploader of this, that link, it said he is a quirked up white boy, comma, goated.
You?
Nope, the uploader of that layout.
Oh.
Anyways, there's another one that you put in here that
Oh.
Avril Lavigne is dead.
Right. That's the only conspiracy theory I'm well aware of is that Avril Lavigne had died a while ago and was replaced with a lookalike, and also Paul McCartney, same thing.
Who does that benefit for them to be dead, or them to be alive?
By
the way, I saw Paul McCartney in Austin. He is dead. He's just walking around.
Corpse.
I don't know how he's doing.
My understanding was that they were murdered by the lookalikes themselves, who wanted to become them and embody
freaky.
them. That's what I thought,
Like
but
the
I don't know
roommate.
if that's right. But then the fake Avril Lavigne murdered real Avril Lavigne and just assumed her life. And same with fake Paul McCartney.
I wonder. Oh, should I kill Tom Holland? Oh my God, I shouldn't say that.
Probably not, to be honest.
I love him, so I wouldn't
Right.
do that.
Yeah. I think people would notice. Unless you got some plastic surgery, which you've been wanting, by the way.
Don't tell everyone on a
sorry.
podcast.
Sorry.
I think we're doing pretty well. There's a lot of people listening
I
right now.
didn't, sorry, I didn't know if that was private or
No, I was just, you moved to LA and you're like, this is not going to change me. And then suddenly you're like, maybe I could get a little bit of a nose job.
Your nose looks fine to me.
You know, that when you kind of start to notice something and then it's kind
And
of
then
like,
it becomes.
and I have friends that have had nose jobs and I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
you got kind of looking really good.
I had one.
Yeah. You look great.
Well, you didn't know me before.
There's no shame in a little nose game.
I know. My whole grandparents had them. Parents. I think there was literally a nose job fund put aside for each one of my
That's
siblings.
pretty good. Yeah, I don't think I could use any of my stuff for anything. Would you consider it cosmetic or did you have a nasal?
Oh, I
fissure?
I had both. I think honestly though, they just say oh yeah, you for sure have a deviated septum, even if you don't, just so you can get insurance to cover it. So
like
it's hard
Adderall.
to say. Maybe. But I don't know.
Well, interesting. Yeah, so maybe I'll come on here with a broken face one of these days and
maybe.
shave a little bit off the top.
When I was young, I went through a lot of phases with plastic surgery, and for a long time I was like, I'm never, ever, ever, ever getting it, because that episode of Glee where Leah Michelle breaks her nose and there's this whole thing. It's like, should she get a nose job? People have made fun of her nose her whole life, but what if it affects her singing? Whatever. There was this whole episode about her getting a nose job. And then at the end they decide oh, baby, you're born this way. Never change anything about you. And so then I took that on for a long time. And I was like, I'm never, ever changing anything about myself because I'm born this way and I'm beautiful. And then
I bet she didn't read up on the surgery
and then it just got
before.
to the point where I was like, I hate my nose so much. But
Well,
I
it's
don't
great
remember
now.
where I was going with that.
And it's what's on the outside that counts. And I think that you look great.
No, but I had a point. It's impossible to say.
And that's okay. Let's move on.
Okay.
I
I think that if you guys don't mind sending us your favorite conspiracy theories.
Yeah, I want to get some funky ones. Like, don't give us the UFOs.
Maybe ones that are in your own town. That would be cool.
Yeah.
That we don't know about.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
Yeah. Do you have any town conspiracy theories?
We had a goat, I think, that lived in my town, and I don't really know and he lived for 100 years or something, and now there's a statue of him in our town.
I don't know if that's a conspiracy theory as much as it is just a legend or a tale. What's the difference?
I don't know. The vernacular. But anyways, do you want to do I think we're
No.
okay.
I can do that next week. Yeah.
Anyways, we got a couple voicemails in. We've kind of been switching from email to voice. Well, no, we haven't. We switched out of voicemails to emails, but we had these two saved,
Yeah.
and they'll be quick. They're quick. So let's roll one of the hot take voicemails.
Hi, my name's Gracie, and I'm calling with a hot take recipe. So
Ooh.
it's 3 ingredients, and it's just a pickle.
Easy recipe.
You roll it around in a ranch, and then you take hot Cheetos and crush them up until it's like a hot Cheeto kind of crunchy, not fried pickle. But also great for hangovers because the salt, and yeah, it's really good. So I would just say to try it.
Is salt good for hangovers?
Salt?
Yeah.
I think it absorbs things, or the opposite.
I've heard that pickles are good for hangovers.
Pickles. I
So
love
she basically
pickles.
said 3 ingredients: pickle rolled around in ranch, rolled around in hot Cheetos.
Let's take each ingredient separately first.
I don't like
Pickles?
big pickles. It's too much.
Really?
too much girth.
Pickle? I love a good dill pickle, but I don't like a sweet pickle. So
I like them on
that's-
burgers and
I'm
sandwiches.
pro pickle. Anti-ranch as a dipping sauce.
For a pickle?
Yeah, and as a dipping sauce in general. I like ranch as a dressing on a Cobb salad, and that's it. Like, I won't dip things into ranch.
Wings?
No.
Hmm.
There's something I don't like about, like,
Pizza?
no.
Pizza and ranch?
No.
Hmm.
I won't do that.
Why not?
I don't.
you
I just don't like it.
Okay. Wasn't sure if it was like a.
I just don't like it. And then hot Cheetos, I don't like spicy things. So I would say that would have to be a no for me.
That sounds pretty dank to me, honestly. I like all the ingredients. I'm not sure about how. It depends on how thick the pickle is. I have trouble with my THs. Thick.
Thick.
Depends on how thick the pickle is. But yeah, that's interesting. Well, we could try it on. We could try it on here.
Well, we could.
Let's try it on here next
Okay.
week.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Okay.
Okay.
I
I won't like it. But I'm not opposed
let's
to
give it a try.
trying new
I don't
things.
like the big pickle part.
Okay.
So we'll give it.
Okay.
We'll give it a try next week.
Okay.
And then
That's a perfect thing for 9:30 a.m.
yeah, it's just a pickle,
Wednesday.
a spicy
Yeah,
pickle
yeah.
with ranch that you don't like.
Right.
Did we have another voicemail?
Yep.
Should we do it?
My name is Allison.
Jesus
I'm
H.
a massive fan.
Allison, is that what her name, or was it
I don't know.
Screamo?
Hey, Brooke and Connor. My name is Allison. I'm a massive fan of y'all. Here is my hot take. I
Allison's
think,
having a good night.
why would anyone go out on a night in town and be honest about who they are as a person? I'm sorry. This is my one chance that I can lie about every single thing about me. Of course, I'm going to say that my name is fucking like Madison, and I live in Ohio,
Allison's really.
and I have 3 children.
I think
Why would I
Allison's
be
out
honest
right
about
now.
who I am as a person?
She
why
took
is
a really
anyone
big
on
leap
it
from
who they
Allison
are
to
as
Madison.
I mean, yeah, that checks out to me. I've never done that. But Allison, now that you're mentioning it, I don't see why I wouldn't.
She's so crazy, can't take her anywhere. Allison's from like Michigan, and she's saying she's from Ohio, and her
Right.
name's Madison. Really going out there. At least say you're Rihanna.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think that's something I would do every time because I do think there's value in people getting to know who you are as a person or just like the bare minimum of who you are. But I could see myself doing that sometimes and that could be fun.
I lie a lot on accident when I'm out.
Yes, I know.
So I'll be like, oh yeah, I invested. I'm a big investor in this alcohol that we're drinking. And they're like, no way. I'm like, yeah, I got in really early. And then the next day I'm like, why did I even say that?
Right.
Like, what prompted me to even get into that?
Right.
And it's based on nothing. It's just this need for speed that I have
Mm-hmm.
and clout chasing.
Self-awareness is key.
I've always been aware of
I
it.
know.
And I'm not like, I'd never be proud of it, but it's pretty incredible what I can do.
It's incredible what your body is capable
I
of.
know,
Your body
I
is
know.
fine.
That's what only drinking exclusively tap water will do to you.
Mhm.
And then on like another note, we are working on merch for BNC. So
Stay tuned.
stay tuned. And thank you so much, Brooke, for having me today. I had a good time.
And Connor, thank you for having me in addition. Love you.
Love you. All right, we'll see you guys next week. Thanks for listening.
As always.
Cheers.
And you can always email
oh yeah, shoot.
dearbnc@gmail.com with your conspiracy theories or anything else you want to float by us. We will read it. Thank you.
Yeah, bye.